Welcome to the show, Mike and Jay. And Big E, of course. Shalom, Big E. Hello, Jay.
What are you laughing about?
No, I was waiting for the voiceover to come in the beginning. I'm just sitting. I'm like, oh wait, no,
That's you.
That's just me. Just go. So yeah, I started to giggle there a little bit. How are you, everybody?
Very well.
Yeah, good. Boy, oh boy, I got a little freaked out last night, Jay. I'll be honest with you. One of your nightmares.
Achilles?
Yeah.
What? Really? You strained your Achilles?
No, it had nothing to do with me. But someone sent me a video. A listener sent me a video. And was like, hey, does this look like a fat Jim Bentley? And so I watched its TV commercial. I'm like, yeah, it does. You know, not fat. Bentley's always been really, really skinny. But so I'm like, hey, fucker, is this you? And I sent the video to him. And he's like, yeah, it's me. You know, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, wow. So it really is true about the camera adding 30 pounds or something like that. You know, just a little jab, a little tubby jab. And he's like,
yeah, that was just a little jab, wasn't
just
it?
a little tiny,
yeah, just a
jab.
little one.
Just a little one. And so he's like, yeah, you know, I'm just lazy, blah, 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 you know, and eating bad. And, you know, honestly, you know, since I ruptured my Achilles, it's been a
there you go.
rough. I was like, wait, what?
It happens.
You ruptured your Achilles? And so I'm like, oh my God, that's Jay's biggest fear on earth is the ruptured Achilles.
Yeah.
Tell me all about it. I need to know. He has a very unnatural fear of the Achilles rupture. He says, it's a legit fear.
It came out of nowhere, didn't it?
Yeah. Playing indoor soccer, December 2016. No one within 20 yards of me. Ball came my way. I pushed off and pop.
You only have so many push-offs in your repertoire.
Exactly.
Before it goes.
In the initial split second of it happening, I thought someone kicked me as hard as they could in my ankle shin guard. The sound and feeling of the rupture was loud as fuck. Yeah. A couple people around me heard it. Yeah. And as I tumbled to the ground before I realized it was my Achilles, I heard Broadwell laughing at me. I was like, what the fuck? Some dude just smoked me. What are you laughing at? He was laughing because he thought I just tripped. Then 10 weeks after surgery, I tripped going out the front door to grab my crutches, tore it, not completely, in 3 more spots, delayed everything, and they almost did surgery again. Talk about a fear of Achilles. After that fall, I'm at like a 20% chance of re-rupturing it one day. I think about it constantly. It
So
hurts.
do I.
It hurts me just writing all that.
God. That sucks.
I was like, wow, this is so weird. I'd never even thought about it. He's like, I never thought about it either. Now I see a shit ton of Achilles injuries in football all the time. I think there was one in last night's game, possibly. Get this, too. I had rotator cuff surgery on Wednesday. It's been brutal.
Oh, my
but
gosh, man.
nothing compared to the Achilles. Yeah.
Well-founded fear, right?
I had no idea.
Bona fide as fuck.
I guess it is. Now I'm just walking around all gingerly
Sure.
like, oh, man. I was always worried about the ankles, the knees.
Yeah.
Achilles was never on my mind until you.
Gotta warm up those feet and ankles before you get out of bed.
Yeah. Oh, man. Is there anything can you strengthen the Achilles?
I don't know.
Have you tried?
No, I mean,
No.
obviously, I don't think you can strengthen a tendon necessarily. You
Yeah.
can exercise the thing to keep it limber, but
Yeah. Well, don't they take like tendons and stuff from forearms to replace like a bad knee ligament or whatever? Can't you double up on it? Maybe get some cosmetic surgery just to double up on your Achilles.
The belt and suspenders approach.
Maybe just braid like 3 tendons together, really strengthen that son of a bitch.
God damn.
Oh, God, that just sounds awful. Sounds awful. Anyway, moving on. I didn't mean to bum you out there, but so it sounds like the Tigers got some new broadcasters.
Tigers, yeah.
The
Matt
Tigers
Shepard,
baseball. Huh? Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Matt Shepard's been around a long time, local guy.
Pro.
Yeah, Central Michigan. Jack Morris it's going to be a 3-man rotation, I guess.
Yeah,
Jack
Gibby Morris and Matt Shepard anchoring it.
What's going on with Gibby? I thought, isn't Gibby sick? Doesn't he have like, I don't know, was it Parkinson's?
I believe it was Parkinson's, and I don't think you rid yourself of Parkinson's. I think you just deal with that. So he must have it under control.
Yeah. I thought it was, he wasn't going to do road games or something. There was something originally, and then what was that, 2 years ago or something? So, Mario and Pemba and Rod Allen, we knew they weren't coming back. What a shame. Because they were good.
They were good.
This fighting in the booth.
Bubbling beneath.
I still want details about whether or not Rod Allen just choked the shit out of Pemba.
Sounds like it.
Yeah. I mean, he denies it like crazy.
Strong rumor.
Yeah. So I wonder that sucks for those guys. I mean, what happens? Can you land a gig somewhere else? Do you start at the bottom? Or is it like, it's over?
Yeah, they're both good. I reckon they, have a shot somewhere else.
Yeah.
Just not with each other.
Yeah. Matt Shepard, that's good for him. Like I said,
well, Mario probably has a better chance because he's a straight man. But like every team has an ex-player that can play right? Like, he do color. Like, does he really have a role on any?
Well, who knew? Like a couple years ago when it was like, Gibby and Morris are gonna do something, and it was like Mario or Rod Allen getting fucked by the '84 Tigers all over again. You know what I mean? You know, these guys coming in and taking his gig and all that. But, you know, who knew behind the scenes that there was some real trouble brewing that they knew about. So Farmington Hills kid, Matt Shepard.
Oh, really? I didn't know.
Yeah. I don't know. And then, you know, graduate of Central Michigan. And so he's been doing Michigan basketball and Eastern football for a long time. And
what did he do? Pre-games for the preseason for Lions for a while?
Yeah. Yep. I wonder if he won't do Eastern Michigan football anymore or Michigan basketball, right? You'd probably just be a full-time, I would think, as the starting guy there.
Yeah, I think I'd drop the Eastern Michigan football first. Maybe.
I think so too. Yeah.
Let that one go.
Good news for those guys. I'm sure they'll have fun and get into a groove, and, you know, hopefully the Tigers can get a solid team on the field and make
That's all that matters. No offense. I mean, it's great.
Right?
Like, good for them. Matt Shepard seems like he's a pro. He seems fine. But if the team sucks, I'm not.
Is he too pro though? Because the thing about Mario and Matt is they sort of could have some fun with things.
I know what you're saying.
Matt is such a straight guy.
I know.
And then you add Gibby and Morris in there. Are they really the cajoling kind of?
I don't get that impression.
I mean, Gibby and that Josh Allen or something like that years ago before Mario came in. Those two were good, and they kind of did a lot of ribbing of each other.
Yeah.
But I think since Gibby's sickness, he's been kind of more chill.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I wonder if they looked at anyone else. Who's the guy that we know? That does some. He was doing the NHL game, first NHL game. We've talked.
Belizean.
I wonder if Belizean was in the running or would have been interested in something like that. You know.
Boy, you have to bone up on baseball like crazy.
Yeah, he's more of a hockey and football guy
for sure
than baseball. But I don't know. We'll see. And I'm kind of with you, E. It's like, does it really even matter? As long as the team's good.
Yeah.
And Jay is right about Matt Shepard.
As long as you're not screwing up the call of balls and strikes and, you know, whatever.
And Jay is right about Matt Shepard, too. Like, you're right. He's just such a straight man. And it's like, God,
it's going to be a very serious
162 games, dude. Baseball's a long time. It's slow. You kind of need a little
You could see him being very respectful of all the traditions and all the stats and, you know, just wanting to present it in a very pro way.
Yeah.
God bless him, but
he's not going to be a good old Ernie Howell. Yeah. That's for sure. Well, you know. God, dude, did you see that video this morning that landed everywhere? The 6'5" white guy?
No.
Oh yeah, you did. The 11-year-old girl.
Oh yes. Of course I did.
Outside of North Carolina Mall. Holy shit.
What a creep, man.
Yeah. Middle-aged white guy. He's like 51 years old. 6'5".
250. Just levels an 11-year-old little girl coming at him.
Lefty too. She would have never seen that coming. Like a left, you know.
Was it a left? Yeah.
I think it was a left. Yeah. And it was one of these. It's like he pushes this girl, who then, you know, gets worked up and starts coming at him, and it's like, did he just push an 11-year-old girl? And then it's like, oh no, he's not literally gonna fucking and just floors her. Pancakes. You want to see the video? I know you don't.
Makes you want to barf.
Yeah. What could possibly be going on in a grown-ass man's head?
So he's filming in portrait.
Yeah. Look at how big that dude is.
It's in the middle of a bunch of young kids.
Yeah.
Being cajoled in some way.
Where's there's just shoves her.
Big shove. Here he comes. He just leveled her.
Dude. Is she out? She's got to be knocked out from that, right? I mean, she just smashes on the ground.
What the?
That guy needs to be off the streets, right?
Yes, he does.
I mean, I think he
got
hit with a misdemeanor and was out of jail like 1 a.m. the next day.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I swear to God. I thought, How
can that not be a felony assault?
He was charged with assault on a female under the age of 12. He was booked into county jail but released around 1 a.m. on Sunday. So, I want to see it one more time. You can fast forward it to the moment of impact.
It says it specifically that he was charged with a misdemeanor.
You know what? I read comments from people saying, I can't believe this. He was charged with a misdemeanor. I didn't get that from the story.
I'd be very surprised.
Yeah. Like right here.
Right, so they're all ripping on him, whatever. A bunch of kids, probably 12 young girls.
Shoving that girl, like, he's made the decision when he pushes her that if she so much as steps towards me, I'm going to fucking drop her. Right?
My life was threatened.
Oh my God.
Why would she go back at him though? I mean,
She's feisty,
look, I'm
man.
not
She's
saying.
feisty.
I know.
She's got gumption.
I know. And we've talked about them before. It's like, ladies, you just never know. Like when you're in a guy's face and grabbing him and slapping him or whatever in public, you just never know when the animal in some dude, the caveman, is going to come out and he can fucking drop you in an instant. He should never do that. But we've seen too many examples of girls in bars lipping off, fucking getting in some dude's face, and the guy's just like, fuck it.
Yeah.
Wham. It's just not worth it. But an 11-year-old girl,
God, sweet pie is 10.
oh man, can you imagine? You'd kill him, wouldn't you?
Oh,
Wouldn't you
if
find that
gives
son
you-
of a bitch?
that gives you any comparison. Sweet pie is 10.
Yeah, tiny girl.
Just imagine somebody just hauling off and leveling little sweet pie. My tiny girl.
I know. What are you doing bickering with a group of
Seriously.
11-year-old kids? What it's
And let's
outside a
assume
mall.
they were profane. Let's assume they were rude as hell.
Gives a
Who
shit.
cares?
Cares.
They're 10 to 13 years old.
You're 6'5", 250, and 51. You're a father married with 2 kids.
Oh,
Your kids are gonna watch that video and just be like,
and you are a felon.
yeah. So yeah, I thought this was funny here when they're like, what they say. He had a Facebook page that's since been deleted. I don't know why that would be. He's married with 2 children. He's employed as an at-home piano teacher.
That's the last thing I would have
I
guessed.
know, right? Isn't that great?
He's a pianist.
He's
Incredible.
Don't you want to see what kind of skills he has?
Oh my God.
Who would have thought such big bare hands would be just so
Just connects
soft.
with the children too, you know.
He's
Tickles
just-
the ivory. Just tickling the
Oh, just playing the 88s, man, just smooth.
ebony and ivory.
Sure. A woman who appears to be his wife is seen standing in the left-hand corner of the video watching the violent brawl in silence. And I was like, that tells me she's seen this before and
Yeah.
is like, best not to step in and get involved here. You know what I mean?
Man.
Like, if you were jawing with a group of 11-year-olds, wouldn't Gab be like, hey, you fucking moron,
just walk away. Come on.
grab you and
Probably
so
her,
that's her
right?
there
Don't you
going,
think?
oh
I mean,
shit.
Yeah.
And she's going, oh,
He's going to just settle this.
he's going to end this. Little girl, you're about to get smashed in the face. Yeah, play it one more time. 'Cause he really kind of leans into it. It's like, dude, father, married, 2 kids. What's the goal here? You hit her hard enough to kill her. That could have easily killed this girl. And then what? You go to jail for life. Nice job. Fast forward me.
Oh, I
You're
know.
right, man.
I just wanted to look at the wife, I guess, and then I can.
A guy like that with zero self-control, he needs to be off the street, literally.
Yeah. And his wife. He's like, oh, it's on.
Oh my gosh, he just
It really
problem
is.
solver
Yeah.
right there. He's a problem solver.
Yep.
Hey, you know who's not a problem solver, Mike?
Who's
Billy
that?
McFarland. Familiar with Billy McFarland? Remember the story of the Fyre Festival?
Oh yeah.
Of course, that godforsaken festival that was supposed to go on down in the Bahamas.
Is he
a
in
couple years
jail
ago.
still?
He got convicted of fraud. I think it's 6-year sentence, something like
Yeah.
that. The Fyre Fraud show on Hulu dropped last night, just in advance of the Netflix one. There's dueling documentaries, I guess. And
Dude,
so
if Netflix and Hulu starts competing with each other, that could be very good for all of
good
us.
for the consumer.
Like, right.
How many people are going to watch the Hulu one and the
well, that's the
Netflix
thing,
one,
right?
You know what I
You're
mean?
going to get your fill of this one, and moreover, this one has exclusive interview with Billy McFarland. Netflix does not. And apparently, they're put together much differently. Like this one, I've only got through about half of it, but
How long is it?
I think it's an hour and 40 minutes.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's
good.
a good length of time. But
So reset this. This is a festival going on in where? The Bahamas?
down
or-
in the Bahamas, guy from New York, Billy McFarland, and Ja Rule team up
Yeah.
to fund and organize this Fyre Fest, which is supposed to be the next Coachella,
Yeah, right.
is what they envision.
Mhm.
And they really want it to launch ultimately an app where they would put together celebrities and people who want them to appear at things. It was this dumb
Yeah.
idea that they had, and it was going to be called Fyre and this and that.
FYRE.
Yeah.
This is going on a lot. I don't know if you've seen some of those things online. Like you can go and it's like, oh, I want Tiffany to call my friend and leave him a message, and you can pay. And it's like,
Oh,
well,
God.
to get Tiffany, it's $100.
Are they all D-listers like that?
Some of them are. Some of them are bigger than you
Uh-huh.
think, and it's like, well, it's $500 to get Brett Favre to do it.
Okay.
But $50 for
Yeah.
Tiffany or whatever.
Why not?
Yeah,
Why
it's
not
like-
for Brett Favre or Tiffany, right?
Sure. So this is going on a lot where they're trying to meld like the general public
Yeah.
with celebrities and get them closer.
Well, that's what Billy and Ja Rule wanted to do.
And didn't they? Theirs was really social media. Like, weren't they paying like Kylie Jenner to post about it?
Yeah, that's the thing. This particular documentary, this one on Hulu, is really about the culture and the times that led to this, and how it motivated Billy to come up with this idea, and then how it played out, like why people were so compelled by it, how social media played a role, and the influencers, and how influencers
Hot
affect
chicks.
culturally anyway. Yeah, just I mean, it's pretty interesting that they don't just kind of tell the story, but they really boil down on the culture of it.
Really?
At least the parts I've seen.
Yeah.
But so they use social media so friggin' effectively, and they made this the event that people had to take part in. And because you're right, Kendall Jenner was the big one that went out and posted. They had that Instagram post that caught fire. Oh, you like that?
Right.
With everybody using these orange boxes, just a bright orange box instead of a picture. And so as people are scrolling through their Instagram, they're like, whoa, shit.
Oh, yeah, it jumps out at you.
Yeah, it jumps out. How's the orange box? Fyre Fest. You click that and it takes you to this awesome commercial about what this festival is going to be. And of course, it's cut with all these yachts and beautiful people. And so it's compelling.
And it's I think they paid her $100,000 to do like a post, just a simple like, hey, can't wait for the Fyre Fest with hot pictures of her friends.
At least. And her post suggested then that Kanye would be there. Didn't say it exactly, but there was all this speculation. Oh my God. And all the people who were supposedly signed up to do this and really weren't. Yeah. And they really had like 4 or 5 months to organize this damn thing.
Sure, you could put that together in 4 or 5 months.
Yeah, and so these guys Billy and his crew are calling around event organizers and stuff. They're just like, wait, you're talking about this happening this May or this April, whatever it was? No, we would normally do like 18 months leadway for anything approaching this.
Because they needed to build on the island. They neaded to build like an entire...
There was zero infrastructure on this island. And it wasn't even an island. It was a piece of an island that they carved out on a map and they showed it. But if you look at aerial pictures, that piece it's just the side of a larger island where there's like a sandals resort and other things.
Oh, really?
And they're just like honing in on this one part. Yeah. That's going to be this exclusive area.
But they needed a stage. They needed
But they were robbing Peter to pay Paul like crazy. It was a damn Ponzi scheme. They're taking in money and paying other investors, just to keep the ball rolling. They're selling like these really high-priced villas in order to fund just the very basic things, knowing that they couldn't pull off those villas. And so it ends up...
It's like VIP flights, and then you get this exclusive cabana, big villa for you and 4 friends.
Air-conditioned, pillows, chefs, all this. Yeah. Beautiful people everywhere. And in fact, they hadn't even considered how do we get 20,000 people onto this island. Yeah. When you're talking about, Cessna-sized planes flying.
And they certainly didn't need rain.
Right. But it was so poorly thought out. And I think there's some people who speculate or contend that this guy and Ja Rule knew it was a scam all along, that they started out just like, hey, we're just going to pilfer.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Yeah, no. Because I don't think they'd have been sticking around. This McFarland was literally standing on pallets on site, like trying to answer people's questions,
with a megaphone,
trying to calm people down. Like you wouldn't be there.
No,
if you had really
take the money and run.
Yeah, so it's just one of these things that spun out of control, and this guy has a history of just being a big talker, asshole, total douchebag.
Yeah, high-end New York guy that, club scene. And
they go into his prior dealings, and he had this company called Magnesis.
Oh, gosh.
And essentially it was like the black card. He saw the black card getting all this play with celebrities. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to make a Magnesis card. It's going to be made of thin metal. Yeah. And it'll be this exclusive card, and we'll have like a club.
Yeah. And only really, really rich people can get in. And
it's basically a friggin' credit card with the benefit that you could use this clubhouse sort of thing. Yeah. Clubhouse gets shut down after it gets trashed out because really the clientele ends up being a bunch of bottom feeders. Right. Not this high-end clientele that he thought it would be. And so from there it just spins, and he's really trying to make up for funding that he got for that in doing this Fyre thing. So it's just robbing Peter to pay Paul like crazy.
And the lack of experience for all involved. Because I remember because we've talked about this before, but it was like, we need a stage. And they're like, okay, we could probably pull that off. That'll be $5 million. He's like, yep, we've got $500,000. And they're like, okay, good. Let me know when you got another $4.5 million and we'll do the stage for you. And it's like, no, we'll find someone that'll do it for $500,000. It's like,
yeah, good luck.
Okay. Lose my number. And it was just like everything. They had no idea what shit cost and how to do it and who to contact.
It's a total shit show. The only competent people who were involved in it, who's at least, again, I'm not all the way through, but it seems like the social media people. What is it? Fuck Jerry. Is that the agency that's really big on just owns Instagram
I'm not
and
sure.
stuff. I think they made their mark early on in Instagram and are the go-to agency for a lot of these high-end shit. And they got on with this Fuck Jerry group, and they blew this thing up. They made it a social media event like none other.
Made it a huge hit.
And they're watching this thing happen, and they're kind of looking at each other going, this is 5 months from now. How are they going to?
There's no way.
And so they had these interviews with these guys, and it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Are they young guys?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And they're just like, as the clock's ticking.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm going to watch it later. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. I wonder, it'll be interesting to see what kind of effect it has, because if the Hulu one doesn't drop, I bet the Netflix one is massive.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens to them. I know I upset you yesterday, Jay. I do that quite often, but when I was talking about wanting details, more intimate details.
Oh, Jamie
Cluss. I want to be clear. I'm not a pedophile. I just meant news stories in general. I want details of news stories.
You wanted details of that story, and I asked you why. Why do you want to know? Like, I saw your tweet. I don't even want to repeat that. It's just disgusting, man.
I know. I wasn't talking about her. I was talking about, because I was responding to Joel's thing where he's talking about, I want details in stories too, blah, 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 blah. And then, I went over the line probably, but that's okay. I do that a lot. We're getting details on that story. And I don't want to know, I don't want to see video of a 13-year-old girl or anything like that. I meant more like,
no, you wanted details of the sex. That's what you said.
That's not fair. Don't paint me as a pedophile. That's not what I mean. I mean in general.
I'm not painting you as a pedophile. I'm painting you as a guy who said you wanted details about the sexual shit that happened, and I called you out and said why.
Yeah.
And you doubled down.
I still kind of do, just in general. And I mean overall in all stories. All stories. I want the details. I want to know what happened when from the moment this guy sees her getting on a bus and decides I'm going to murder the family. Like, we're getting details now about how this played out. And
she was raped. You wanted to know more than that.
They have not said that yet. And they said they're doing DNA testing on him to see. And it's like, of course she was fucking raped. Of course she was. And we probably won't get those details. She's a 13-year-old girl. They probably won't release intimate details about the sexual nature of things. That's my guess. We'll see. But Jake Patterson was in court yesterday via what do they call that? The jail video thing, which they had trouble with. The judge is getting all irked because it wasn't working. The video link, and his dad was there and his brother. Those are the only two family members that showed up, and his dad is just like sobbing in court. Can you imagine? Like, just
I cannot
going to court and seeing your fucking young son, 21-year-old son, and it's like he's accused of what?
Double murder and kidnapping.
Wow. For 88 days. And you've been to that house. You've been there while the girl was in the house.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, think about that for a second.
Wasn't he trapping her under a bed with totes and stuff? Put a bunch of weights in totes.
Yeah. So she couldn't get him out. And she tried to escape twice. And he went into a rage and punched holes in the walls and screamed, "It's going to end very badly for you if you try this." He left on Christmas for 12 hours to go to Nana's house and celebrate Christmas. And so
you got to celebrate the Yuletide,
I know, right? But
the family.
But it was like, if friends came over or his dad.
He's a family-oriented kidnapper, double murderer.
Can you imagine? Dude, you leave the house. It's like, there's just a girl trapped into the bed with some totes and weights holding her down. Like,
it's like a guinea pig or something.
Yeah.
Too, that's just so
insane.
Sick.
And so he it's like, dad comes over and it's like, I would just turn up the stereo. So if anyone was making any noise under the bed, you couldn't really hear it. Like, what a fucking monster. And he didn't know them. He was going to work one day. He worked at this turkey plant or something, processing plant for 2 days, and sees her getting on a bus and is like, "Yep,
that's the one.
That's the one. I want to kidnap her. I want to take her." And it was like, whatever I got to do. So he goes to the house. He went twice, and it was like, there's lights on. There's cars in the driveway. So he grabs his old man's Mossberg shotgun, 12 gauge, goes over there, and the dog starts barking. Molly, the dog, and he's got the lights off, and he's coasting. And he's walking up the driveway, and the dog Molly wakes up Jamie Kloss, the 13-year-old. So she goes into her parents' room, wakes up mom and dad, says, "Dad, I think someone's outside." Dad's a big boy. I don't know if you saw pictures of him.
No.
He's not a little dude. I don't mean fat. He looks like a big.
Not too big for a 12 gauge.
No. And so this dude starts pounding on the door. This asshole starts pounding on the door. He assumes it's a cop. He's like, "Can I see your badge?" And he just, boom, blows a hole right through his head. right through this guy's head. And then as the guy's laying there, he can't get the door open. Finally, has to pull the shotgun out.
Show me that cock again one more time.
Red Ryder. Fine. This one.
He's got an old
was my Red
style
Ryder.
Western rifle.
You're an asshole. It was my Red Ryder BB gun.
Yeah.
No, it was. There you go. And so he can't get through the door because there's a dead body laying there. So he ends up blasting the doorknob off. And he's like, I have to kill everyone in the house, no witnesses. So he starts running through the house. I know it is true, but it's just the mindset is so trying to get your head around it is impossible. But
dude, Jamie and her mom are hiding in a bathtub.
Yeah.
He finds them and blows the mom's head off.
Yep. In front of Jamie. 13-year-old girl. How old did you say Sweet Pie is? 11?
She's 10.
10. Dude, he goes through the house, decides there's no one else there. He makes the mom start taping Jamie's mouth shut because she's hysterically crying. They're on the phone with 911. Mom has a cell phone, is on the phone with 911. He makes her hang up. And so cops are on their way at this point. And so he's like, oh, Jamie, move away. Boom. And they just said, blew the entire back of her head, skull, brains, all over the fucking inside of the shower wall. And then grabs Jamie, duct tapes her hands together, feet, and then drags her into the trunk and drives away, drives 2 hours to this cabin. And
let me ask you this before you move on. The shooting of the woman in the tub. Is there any thought to resale and the advantage of that?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, when we're talking about cleaning up.
Oh, yeah, it's easier. You're saying, yeah, in the living room, this would have been much more. Yeah,
it could have been worse,
harder.
right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
When you're talking about resale.
I don't know how close the Mossberg was in the bathroom. Those are usually closed quarters, pretty tight.
I gotta believe smithereens went pretty much everywhere.
Oh, you're doing some drywall work.
Yeah, around
drywall work and tiling is going to need to be done. But as far as like stains, there's not usually. Oh, a lot of regrouting. Do you go with the white or do you like the gray? That little bit darker gray.
Yeah,
I kind of like that nice. Too. Covers up dirt more than standard white, but that's beside the point. Not a lot of carpet usually in bathrooms though, for the most part.
That's what I'm talking about. It could have been a lot worse, you know?
Yeah. That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. And so he drags this girl. Get this though. He's driving away from the scene as he's going to the cabin. This girl's in the trunk and he has to pull over and stop 3 separate times because cops are flying down the road to come to the house.
Well, he did the right thing. You know, you pull over, an emergency vehicle's coming with its lights on.
You just don't do it too early, though. I hate when people do it. It's like, dude, that cop is fucking 2 miles down the road. You know, we don't need to pull over yet. You know, I understand, be safe, but come on.
I have fucking 2 Bud Lights and I'm worried that cops are fucking on the road, dude.
You got a live 13-year-old girl in your trunk.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
And a shotgun on the passenger seat. And, oh, by the way, you just committed double murder.
A warm shotgun.
Yeah, still smoking. Oh, God. They said he was like, yeah, I almost slipped on all the blood when I was trying to drag her out of the house. Fucking nightmare, man. So, yeah, they've got him on $5 million.
I can't believe it still took this long, though. Whether he drove, God, everything we know about how things are. I mean, they're on the phone, they're on their way. You'd think that there'd be tire squealing marks almost or something.
But he was cognizant of at least basic criminal investigation, right? He said he shaved his head to avoid, dropping hairs.
Yeah.
Wore 2 masks. Gloves.
You think somebody who did that would not have a cell phone with them,
right?
If you don't have a cell phone and you don't use credit cards around there and shit, you don't leave an electronic trail of any substance. And
I said if I was going to do it, I would call, well, not you, Jay, because you'd fucking rat me on
your ass so quick.
But I would call E and just go, hey man, just keep this line open. I'm going to leave this here for a couple hours. Don't worry about it. You don't need to talk to me. I just want a connection on the line. And then I'd commit my triple murder, double, whatever I decide to do. And then come back. And when they go, oh, we're pretty sure it was Walters, be like, dude, I was on the phone with Big E all night.
And then what happens? They go to Big E. Big E, tell me about this conversation with Mr. Dude, it was weird. It was fucking weird. He asked me to just leave the line open.
And I'd go,
oh, wait. Am I not supposed
to say, dude?
Am I not supposed to?
The thought bubble.
Should I not say that?
In E's head would be going, well, they're already dead. And if Mike goes to jail, then I got to do the show with Jay, who probably won't want to do the show. Well, no, we had a great conversation. I was telling him how much I love him, and we've been friends for so long. You know what I mean? Fine, I'll leave you guys out of it. Jesus Christ, can nobody get away with murder around here?
That's not what I was trying to get at.
Fuck's sakes, what?
I think that no, nothing. I just hate this.
Finish your thought, Easy.
Fine, I'll call T-Roy. Jesus Christ.
That's not what I was saying. I was not even mad. Did you get this? I wasn't even mad at you, by the way.
All right.
Eric, relax.
Okay.
Go ahead. Finish your thought.
I more and more despise the notion that that's how things would go down in situations
Eric,
with me.
Spit it out
Like that I
already.
would really just sit there and.
That's why I said I'll call T-Roy.
Okay.
I'm not telling you shit, E. I just thought you were good at keeping secrets and you'd be solid and
That's
have
my point. I
figured I just assumed you would have my 6.
I would.
Eric, what are you talking about?
So yeah, this dude gets home from when the day she escaped, gets home and looks under the bed. It's gone. How awesome is that? And he's like, fuck.
My possession. It's gone.
He runs out, grabs his shotgun, is hunting her down, and
at that point you can't hide.
She's gone. He starts driving back to his house and just sees the cops, and he's like, uh-oh, this isn't gonna be good.
And you just go, yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
Didn't even try to run.
Yeah. Yep. What a piece of shit. But yeah, like you were saying, that was one of the reasons that the bail was set so high. Why would you even set bail?
But I know.
$5 million bucks cash. Amazing? Yeah. And I don't think it's one of those like 5% or 10%. I think it's $5 million bail. But it was because he shaved his head, went to the store, bought 2 masks, gloves, purposely used the Mossberg shotgun because it's very common. They wouldn't be able to trace it necessarily to him. Wiped everything down, wiped the bullets down.
Dastardly.
Yeah. It was creeping up to the house with the lights off. Like all those things were done to avoid possible detection.
Could you even imagine pulling up to that house? I mean, he obviously just
going through with something.
I know, man.
But like he pulls up to the house and see those cops, and it's just like, fuck.
God,
guess I'm just gonna say I did it. I guess I'm just gonna say I did it.
Let alone having a dark ass thought like that.
I know.
Like, yeah, I'll take her.
That's
the one. I'll take her.
What does that mean? You have murder? Like you want to murder? Because couldn't you just plan that out and go, okay, she catches the bus at 6:30 and she gets dropped off at 3. Just go by there and grab her one day. Yeah. You want to just kidnap a trophy?
Right.
Go ahead. What is this thing where you got to blow both the parents' heads off in front of their fucking daughter? I mean, it's unbelievable. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Hey, everybody. Better news. Does your money work as hard as you do? You will spend upwards of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, set aside money for retirement. Do you know if you'll be able to retire on your terms?
How could you?
How could you know, Isis? If you don't have a plan, let Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial help to make sure your money is working as hard as you are. Call Mark today, 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
All right, Jay, you're part of the Michigan State football tackle ball program.
Okay.
You win the national championship. The team is going to the White House.
Uh-huh.
Dinner is served.
I'm hoping there's a pile of Big Macs and Wendy's cheeseburgers and pizza and fries. That's what I'm hoping to eat.
I saw people tweeting like,
so funny.
This is racist, proving again. And I'm like, racist?
Dude, that never crossed my mind.
I know.
It's just a simpleton who he doesn't have maybe these people, and
he's the weirdest billionaire ever.
Right.
And he's the guy that's going to go into a fucking fancy chop house and order filet,
and put
well done,
ketchup all over
A1 sauce, please.
And Heinz, of course.
Heinz. It's just odd. You would think he would grow up in such, extravagant things and personal chefs. No,
it's not first generation money.
Exactly.
Dad was rich.
Dad was rich as hell. And yeah, you would think he'd just be like,
a lap of luxury.
Oh, he'd be, lifestyles of the rich and famous kind of guy, with hors d'oeuvres and caviar and blah, blah, blah. No, Kentucky Fried Chicken. And that's what I was like, before I knew it, I'd heard about this tweet, like, racist, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, racist? Did he go in there and go, for all you football players, you've got Kentucky Fried Chicken and Popeye's Chicken.
Right.
And,
watermelon for dessert.
Everyone loves watermelon.
We got purple drink. If you want to wash it down.
We've got Zerpel, and we've got 40 ounces of Coors of
Colt 45.
Colt 45
in bags.
Don't forget the chicks and filet. We've got all that stuff for you guys, my bros. And starts just knuckling down the line.
Right. No, he didn't do that.
No, he was like, this is the best. We've got McDonald's and Wendy's and Burger King.
Look, I will say this. As a practical matter, it probably is as good a meal as those guys would want. You know what I mean? Like, these guys are going to the White House. Of course they want to experience something different, but are you really going to be loving those quail egg pate things?
I would just sit there and pretend.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I mean, these are just real people like us. Like, if you get thrown in a situation like that,
I would think we're dressing up, we're going to the White House, and we're going to have dinner there. It's fillets. You would do fillet, salad, mashed potatoes, but
if you're a
scissorp.
college student, I don't know. I just don't think it's that far off. I guarantee these dudes fucking ate the shit out of that.
Oh, they ate every bit of it. Yeah. They ate all of it. And some of the, the freshman quarterback, whatever his name was, the
guy
long
with the
fancy hair was like, TMZ caught him outside, TMZ Sports. And he was like, I loved it. Everybody. It was awesome. It was awesome.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it wasn't that huge of a miss in terms of the audience, but it just looks so Filet-O-Fish stacked up.
I know.
This is so bad, man.
Yeah.
But this is the kind of shit that people were looking forward to when my man was elected,
Totally. It's here's what it is. When I go out of town, I will not go to a chain restaurant. It's like, I want the local, like, this is different. This is special. Like, I drives
Sparrows,
me nuts.
That little hole in the wall New York pizzeria.
Yeah, exactly. Right. My dad goes to California. It's like he can't wait to go to McDonald's in the morning. It's like, what are you doing? There's so many different choices out here that you don't have in Michigan. Why would you go to McDonald's? So some people don't give a shit. These kids eat McDonald's every day. Yeah. They eat. Yeah. I don't know what their meal plan is.
I'm telling you, as a guy who's been to events, I've never been to the White House, obviously, but I've been to fancy, stupid events where people carry around trays of quail egg pate and dumb shit like that. And it's the worst. You end up not eating because you're just like, fuck, how do I even eat this? And standing here, I'd rather just drink beer.
I know.
And then you end up hungry at the end of the night.
You've got a napkin with two dumb little hors d'oeuvre things stuffed with something. Yeah,
you don't really even know what it is. And you're just, fuck,
see, I would just assume here, though, it's like you would.
Well, it's not a sit-down state dinner. Right? It's a strolling. Wasn't this a strolling hors d'oeuvre kind of thing with?
Okay. Well, if that's the case, then this rules.
Yeah.
And this is a great call.
Yeah.
I thought it was a dinner where you sit down, the coaches speak, the president speaks, congratulates the team, and then they all sit down for 100-person dinner.
My understanding of these things is the president comes in and says something like, I want to congratulate Steve Azierman and all the Detroit Red Wings on their big win of the Stanley Cup.
Right, and he
leaves, and then you get the tour of the White House and you hang around.
Yeah.
And you eat quail eggs.
Yeah, this guy just went, that quarterback, that beautiful, handsome man.
Lovely locks.
I wish I was his agent. He's going to have a good future, very, very good future. That's what he did. And these guys all seem to really enjoy this. So, what do we got here? We got
this
off the 1,000 burgers.
Do you have the video? Can you play the video of him just talking about how he's going to present this, and they're all going to be very excited about this, and it's so cringy,
weird.
Man.
It's weird.
Look at all this shit stacked up on this beautiful dining room table.
And dude,
this looks so weird.
Fast food stacked like that, it's probably been there for a half hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? To present it like that.
There's like China next to the pizza. China.
So this isn't so.
No, here, just a second. Let me.
Yeah, I saw one of Trump just standing there being asked. So what do we have here?
Is that it?
The national champion team, as you know, Clemson Tigers.
Get him just off the cuff, just riffing.
They had a fantastic game against Alabama.
Fantastic.
And they're all here. They're right outside the room. And I think we're going to let you see them. But I'll bet you as much food as we have. We have pizzas. We have 300 hamburgers. many French fries. All of our favorite foods. I want to see what's here when we leave, because I don't think it's going to be much. The reason we did this is because of the shutdown. We want to make sure that
Democrats' fault.
Right. So we sent out. We got this, and
then
we
he
have
goes
some
into the
wonderful
shutdown
people
speak.
working at the White House. They helped us out with this. And I will
then
say
call the local
Republicans
chop
are
house.
Really sticking together. It's great to see, because we need border security. We have to have it. We have to have it. No doubt about it.
Well put, Mr. President.
Look at the smiles on these guys.
See, there's a bunch of high top tables. This is what it's meant to be, just like strolling hors d'oeuvres.
I bet they
this is
loved
the replacement.
Yeah, these guys 2 Big Macs here.
Yeah.
Nobody's touching those damn salads. McDonald's salads, nobody.
Yeah, those will be left, but
God, that looks delicious. Wow. Oh, I'd be happy. I guess now talking to you about it, if it was my choice was finger food hors d'oeuvres on trays in a stuffy room.
Or Wendy's and Big Macs and all that shit.
Did he get enough stuff there? Because he got a shitload of Big Macs, quarter pounder with cheese. You could do away with a fish fillet. Fuck that.
Oh, how dare you?
Chicken McNuggets are good. It looked like small hamburgers from Wendy's. Like he just went to the.
It looks like these guys are loading up with 5-6 sandwiches though, so they must have had enough.
Yeah. No, I mean like it would have been nice to have a Burger King chicken sandwich. You know, like I like that. Even if it was just to take a couple bites of it, toss it, whatever.
Well, dude, the problem is he has to just make them generic.
Apparently the snowstorm on the East Coast caused part of this too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it made it complicated, and then obviously the shutdown politically, they didn't want to look like they're lavishly serving this big deal, and then they literally didn't have the staff there to take care of it.
I don't know. I think it's like
it's goofy as fuck.
It's goofy. It's weird. It's so Donald Trump, by the way. And nobody would make a big deal if something similar happened and Bill Clinton.
Oh, dude, if Obama had done this, I think it would be seen as like...
It would be huge.
Absolutely.
Like,
it would have been charming.
Man of the people. Yes. He's not sitting here just eating, pate. He's eating McDonald's.
It would have been viewed very, very differently.
Yes. Sylvester Myers, he's a sophomore, said the fast food dinner was unexpected but a very familiar taste. He said, I appreciate it. It was a kind gesture. Could have gave us nothing, I suppose. The White House kitchen usually provides food for the receptions in the executive mansion. They said, but only 156 of the 359 full-time employees are working during the shutdown. 3 kitchens, they have up to 5 full-time chefs plus support staff. The White House can serve dinner for as many as 140 guests and hors d'oeuvres for more than 1,000.
Do they really still need 150 even when it's a shutdown? What are
Dude, 359? Did you say full-time employees at the White House
as just a cook, right?
Shit.
That's just the cooking
stuff.
I
said full-time staff.
Okay. So like cleaning up shit and stuff like that.
Well, I was shocked. I think we were all shocked to learn that the White House is actually 6 floors.
Yeah.
You look at it, it looks like 2 levels, and it's like, okay, maybe there's a basement, and then maybe those are tall windows, but 6 floors in the White House. So Corey Lewandowski and who was the assistant campaign manager, David Bossie, they wrote a book recently about, the time on the campaign trail. And they described a typical campaign meal with Trump. And he would order McDonald's, 2 Big Macs, 2 filet of fish, and a chocolate milkshake.
Fuck. Great meal, actually.
Yeah, it is. Honestly. But when you're 73 or whatever he is.
Well, I would turn it around. You would say when you're 73, dude, he's 73. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke. Why the fuck not, in a way?
Yeah.
What does it matter?
On Trump Force 1, there were 4 major food groups: McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, pizza, and Diet Coke.
I love that it's Diet Coke, though.
It just seems so weird. Everything you know about the country club extravagant lifestyle, you would think would just absolutely 100% scoff at this poison garbage for the peasants.
I would like to see what he gets.
He doesn't
at a real place. Like when he sits when he does go to the club. I wonder if he gets chicken fingers.
They talk about his presidential limo swinging through McDonald's drive-thrus and shit. Think about that for a second. The president, would you make a quick pit stop at McDonald's?
Bill
Clinton, right? Yeah, this goes back.
Yeah, but Clinton was using it as a prop. I'm just one of the people. I'm out for a jog. I'm gonna stop at McDonald's really quick and kiss some babies.
Bubba.
Yeah, Bubba. That was his thing. And Secret Service goes in before him into the restaurant. But that's just like to look like you're one of the people. This douchebag actually goes to McDonald's.
No, you're right.
It's hilarious.
Wow.
Hilarious.
Hey, as the original and longest running sponsor, Zott Ford and Holly wants to thank and wish all of you a happy and prosperous new year. Celebrate this joyous event. The enthralling deals are back in full effect right now at Zott Ford. Lease a new 19 Ford Fusion Hybrid, yes, a hybrid, as low as $82 a month. Or if big, badass trucks are more your thing, lease a new 19 Ford F-150 Super Crew 4x4 as low as $133 a month. Surf their astounding deals and massive inventory at dealsinthed.com.
Oh, man. Our toxic masculinity is killing us.
Gillette.
Dude, have you
this
seen
really
this?
happening?
Have you seen these stories that have been rolling out lately about toxic masculinity as if that's a thing, you know?
There's some psychiatric association.
Like a really well-respected one.
Depends on who you ask. But.
Really? Have you heard otherwise? I've heard it's like the leading, psychiatrist, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I wouldn't know. But they came out with a thing a week ago. I'll run down some of the details in it, and then we can talk about Gillette's new campaign and see their commercial. But traditional masculinity is toxic, and they're encouraging boys not to cry. That's dangerous to our health. Apparently, don't shove that shit down. Can you imagine if we all just wept like women every time something didn't go our way? And like, dude, How fucking weird would this world be? I don't even think chicks would dig us anymore.
No, that's the irony.
Some people
here.
think that's what's happening, don't they? Like, kinda, like, aren't there groups that think that they're trying to just push men away?
Yeah, well, a lot of people will point back to the women's liberation movement and go, that's where a lot of shit changed, where women decided they don't need men, and therefore the single family household came into play, and you see how that's rolled out, and how with government benefits going to single mothers and so forth, it's really changed culture a lot.
Well, I've heard a lot of it is just a really loud man-hating feminist groups, that are pushing this. But traditional women, they don't want some pussified fucking dude, in their world. That's just not reality. But, they say the influential American Psychological Association says many male traits, including stoicism, competitiveness, dominance, and aggression, are harmful and can lead to violence, depression, and suicide. Traditional masculine ideology pushes boys toward anti-femininity and forces them to mask the appearance of weakness while encouraging risk-taking, aggression, and violence as a means of solving problems. As a result, it limits men's psychological development, constrains their behavior, causes gender role strain. I don't even know what that is, and has a negative impact on their mental and physical health. The report paints a picture of generations of boys under constant pressure by society to conform to masculine expressions, who are censured by their parents and peers if they fail to maintain the expected behavior. So authors say transgender issues are at the forefront of the cultural conversations, with evidence suggesting a link between adherence to rigid masculinity and gay, bi, and trans men and higher rates of self-destructive behavior, blah, blah, blah. It's comical, it's funny, and I think it's scary that it's like, you've raised boys and a daughter. When they came out of the vagine and first started to walk around,
they're different. Yes, they're very different.
Is it fair to say they behave differently, just naturally? No matter what you and Gab said or did, I guarantee it wasn't like, you put that doll down, Manny, bang, slap it. No, you guys weren't those type of people. But boys wrestle and fight with each other, and they are fucking way more amped up. And that's just what we're like. That's what I remember as being a kid with a brother and a sister.
Yeah, I love this Gillette commercial, which we're gonna watch, and it shows this woke male breaking up a scuffle between two little boys. It's like, dude, that's how bear cubs interact,
Yes, exactly.
That's how you grow. That's how you grow into a man who can then protect,
hunt.
Yeah, that's how we're wired. That's chemically what's going on inside of.
I mean, I just don't understand what the good. It's like, first off, you're painting all of us as one big woman-hating, sort of caveman, abusive, violent, and we're not.
But if you can condition out the bad parts of men, why not, right? Why not create this being?
Oh, I don't know.
More feminine, and
because it's fucking born into our DNA from caveman days, and you think you're just gonna fucking twist it? Because all you're doing is shaming and guilting people into feeling unnaturally how they would normally feel. Imagine if you did that to women. It's like, no, change out everything that makes you a woman, all those feelings, change them all, because some of you are bad and mean. This idea of, well, boys will be boys. We all say that. We're not supposed to say that anymore.
I know.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. By the way, a top university, and we'll get to this in just a second, but at the end of this story, they were talking about this top university has dropped student initials and email addresses. I guess when you go to this school, they give you an email, and it's like, it would be JD, J Detroitcast 12345 at blah 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 .edu.
Mm-hmm.
And so,
oh boy,
that suggests gender.
Well, what if you're a trans student? You transition, change your name, and you've got this email with your old initials on it.
Let's continue to cater to the 0.0003 of our society, right?
A spokesman at Bristol University explained, John Smith, arriving in 2018, might have received the username JS18123. In the new scheme, it will start with any two letters except JS, because we got to drop those because it.
Okay, we need a goddamn war. We need a goddamn war. Trump, start a war. Something needs to bind us.
You need to listen and be inclusive.
We need a common experience that binds us and points us in a forward direction and puts all this bullshit behind us. This is the stupidest shit going on. I can't even handle it.
I can't believe people are addressing these and then making changes. So concerns were expressed by trans staff and students. who are terribly offended by it, and who may have transitioned that their login remains linked to their former death name identity. You know what you're doing though, folks. If you're a trans staff member or student and you're worried about this petty little shit, first off, go to the fucking school and go, hey man, I changed my name, my identity. It's none of anyone's business. Can I get a new email? My guess is they would go, absolutely, totally understand, fine, done.
Right.
We don't need to make this a fucking global issue for everybody. Actually, what you're doing is proving the stereotype that, God, these people seem absolutely mentally ill. When you're digging in this deep on something so small.
The stereotype.
Well, I say
you're
stereotype.
proving the reality that these people are actually mentally ill.
I mean, isn't that what you go? You go, oh fuck, I forgot they were crazy people. Yeah, I forgot.
Just everyday reminder of that.
Yeah.
Steady drip reminder. Crazy people, crazy people, crazy people.
I had to drop that because I knew you were going to call for a war and it was gonna elevate your heart rate, but I felt it was worth it because
we need a war.
We are two people that
conflict
would never call for a war in normal circumstances, but
these are not normal circumstances.
I'm not even joking. I agree 100%. We need a fucking war for the
good of this
humanity.
Country.
For humanity's
I think the problem
sake.
is, what would you need a war under the circumstances?
And it needs to be on our soil.
It needs to be on our soil. It needs to last a long time.
But the thing is there was a time when there was a real thing, I think, where people would get back behind America or this.
I know we're
not there.
We're almost out of that. I think we're still in it enough where we could be brought back to that, but it's slipping. I agree with you, Jesus. It's slipping. We're losing our window here. It's closing.
It's our fucking school systems. It's our fucking universities.
Yeah, they get their summers off.
Oh, dude. It's driving me nuts. It was nice to see the Clemson team, by the way, stand up in unison and do that. Proud to be an American, just as
good old Southern boys.
Can be. Yeah, they all sung that in unison.
There wasn't any talk about skipping it or anything like that, right?
There were like 3/4 of the team there, and they said none of it was protesting though.
Gotcha.
Some of the students had finals, and some were moving on to the NFL, so they couldn't make it. I'm like, really, finals? You couldn't postpone the test a fucking day to go to the White House?
These guys are already quote unquote student athletes. They couldn't go to the White House because of finals.
Yeah, they've delayed things quite a bit already. They're pushed it down the road. What's another day, right?
You realize the last 3 weeks they haven't been on campus once as the playoffs been going on.
Right.
So let's watch the new Gillette.
Yeah, Gillette, which makes shaving cream and razors. They're going to tell us how to raise our sons.
By the way,
what's the best? What's their tagline for 30 years?
Gillette, the best a man can get.
The best a man can get.
Gillette, the best a man can get.
By the way, when you say commercial, dude, it's listed as a short film. It's not a commercial.
Yeah. So
it's just a social media post. I mean,
this is so fucking pathetic.
Ridiculous. All right, here we go. Guy looking in the mirror.
The Me Too movement against sexual harassment.
Masculinity.
Is this the best a man can get? Is it bullying?
It's likely happening here. It's bullying as well. A problem.
We can't hide from it.
Sexual harassment is taking over.
It's been going on far too long. We can't laugh it off.
Showing a bunch of sexualized stuff.
I think she's trying to say.
Making the same old excuses.
Mansplaining.
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys.
Kids wrestling on the lawn.
Yeah, all the men behind the grills.
Sexual assault and sexual harassment.
But she says he's
And there will be no going back. Because we believe in the best in men.
You sell fucking razors.
To hold other men accountable.
Smile, sweetie. Come on.
This is Super Bowl-esque, honestly.
Yeah,
I would expect this at the Super Bowl.
The right way.
Not cool. Not cool.
Bro,
Some already are.
the guy saw a cute girl walk by, and he was just gonna go talk to her. Bro.
Whoa, let her walk.
Yeah, are we allowed to talk to girls?
In diffusing situations.
Teaching our girls.
Oh, here we go. Let's break up that fight.
Some is not
That was
enough.
Let the
4-year-olds
Cubs wrestling.
That's not how we treat each other.
They're little bear cubs. Yes, it is the way they treat each other.
Because
Hi, I'm gonna turn you into a
watching
pussy.
today
For you're going good.
will be the men of tomorrow.
But how can you even say, honestly, at that point, why even say men? Like, and not because of a manly thing, but like, dude, you're just trying to
It's
make
only by
one gender
challenging.
out.
Hold on, back that up.
Okay.
We're taking action at thebestamancanbe.org. Isn't it the best a man can get?
I know.
change that up. But back it up just a little bit because I want to see.
How much
It's
further?
only by challenging ourselves to do. Right there, I was trying to read that.
Okay, well, it's sorry.
Oh, Jesus. The best man can get. It's only by challenging ourselves to do more.
Read it. Keep going, E.
Well, it plays.
That we can get closer to our best. This is so. It's brilliant. First off, it's brilliant.
It's just a continual neutering. Ironically, they show kind of a sitcom being filmed there, and a guy going to grab the ass of a mom or something.
Mom's got the smock on in the kitchen. She's cooking food. And he's like, Rah!
No better example of men being neutered than in sitcoms going back 30, 40 years, right? I mean, that's where it really. Name one guy in a sitcom, one dad who's not a buffoon.
Yeah.
That's just the character. Dads are dumb.
Mom wears the pants.
Yep.
Always.
Mom
Al
knows
Bundy.
everything.
Could you
Dads
say
are
Al
idiots.
Bundy maybe is the last one who was kind of a man's man?
Yeah, but that was a weird play on things.
Cosby was Cosby, but she was an equal. She was an equal. But if you go through it, and we see it in TV commercials all the time. You will not find, especially a cisgendered white male dad who looks anything but a dork and can't fucking do anything. Honey, where are the scissors? Honey, where do we keep the silverware?
Right.
He doesn't know shit. He doesn't know anything else. And then they show her, doing the bills in the other room, roll her eyes and go, I'm coming. Because retard doesn't know anything. Honey, does this shirt match these socks? Oh, honey, no. Jesus, let me do it. He's a toddler. He's a fucking toddler. And that's what we get on TV. And you're totally right. Every sitcom, every example, the guy is a pussified.
Yeah.
He's a.
And it's interesting that the one side hasn't kind of learned to pull back a little bit on that. They're double tripling down because, again, I'll say it. This is why Trump is our president.
Yeah.
A lot of the reason is it mobilized white men, middle-aged white men to go, what the fuck? You're just sick of being accused of being racist all the time.
Of everything.
All this shit. I want to blow this system up. Yeah, I'm going to vote for this asshole.
Yep. I'm going to shock the system to send a very strong message.
Yeah, and instead of recognizing that and catering to that part of the demographic, they just double, triple down. We'll eliminate them.
Yeah, get rid of them.
Eliminate the white man.
It's very troubling, and I just don't see it ending well. I mean, what is the goal? To just shake people up so much? Because for so long the civil rights movement was
to silence people, because it really is
shaming. It's shaming into silence.
Shame you into silence.
And for so long it was like, and you understand it now. It's like, hey man, there are black people and who have loving families, who grow up in middle class, work hard, love their families just as much as your stupid white family. We're not represented on TV and movies and commercials. All you see is us being arrested for the bad behavior of a few, and you lump us all together. It's not fair to lump everybody together. And that's exactly what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Especially for white men are under attack right now. I don't know who you attack next, but it's like, knock these people down a peg. They've been winning for too long, and it's bullshit. It needs to stop. And it's like, you know what? A lot of us don't hit our women. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of us don't. We don't even think about it. We don't think about sexually assaulting women. A lot of us, believe it or not. I mean, we say horrific shit on this show, but it's a comedy show. Most of us don't think like that. Right. Were we juveniles? Yes, we were. We threw snowballs at each other. We gave each other wedgies. Maybe you patted a girl on the butt in middle school.
Someone allegedly stole a fireman's ladder off a burning roof.
But that's all alleged. That happened. Fact. But this idea that, if you're a white male, I don't want to hear it. You're as guilty as all the others. Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. And, but this is a brilliant ad by Gillette. It really is. Because I haven't thought about the best a man can get since the 80s.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, who gives a shit? You sell razors. Sell razors. I don't need you giving me social cues, assholes.
Isn't that something?
Sell your overpriced razors. I'm going to Dollar Shave. I'm done shaving. Fuck them. Not buying your cream either. Sons of bitches. All right, let's take a break. And, oh, man, this story's going to piss E off. You get so bummed when guys go to jail.
Yeah, I saw it.
They're monsters, and it's like they're still getting puss.
Yeah.
Chicks are throwing
all right.
This is one where E is.
I'm already stewing, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Get the carrots and potatoes, folks. This one's going to bum me out. Sorry, kid.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break. The Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here are Mike and Jay.
God God, Jay, I was just when I was upstairs, I was thinking more about, this demasculine, trying to neuter men stuff. I bet you could make a killing if you came out and said, okay, we're putting a show on ABC, and it's going to be traditional man, traditional woman, what we think of as roles. He's going to be a pig, Archie Bunker style, and just go, look, we're going to do this.
Look, listen. Everyone in this room, writers, producers, executives, whatever you've got on the staff,
best boy, Grip. We're going to do this, and we
what
know
if your best boy is a girl?
No, we don't hire girls on staff. This is a man's world. And you just go, look, listen, we're going to get tremendous pushback by a bunch of fucking pussies on Twitter. Doesn't matter. Fuck them. We ignore it as long as we're not breaking laws, as long as we're not doing stuff that breaking censorship laws and rules. We're just going to do, because that show is gone. I guarantee you would murder that show.
You know what, though, man?
I don't think you get to square one in the industry like that, though, because the industry is so progressive.
But they still want to make money.
I know, but this is very tricky for them.
Mike, though, this kind of is out there, dude, and as usual, and you're like you say. What's up?
Where?
Bill Burr's show, dude. F is for Family.
No, I'm not talking about cable, dude. I'm talking about network television. Okay. ABC, CBS, Fox. Take one that is the lowest one. The lowest rated one, and go, man, you guys are getting your asses handed to you. I got the solution if you want it. I'll fix it for you.
And you're saying just make it like a traditional family instead of
just make it like a
woke and
instead of being a woke bay, you just go, fuck it, man. We're throwing all that shit out the window because we're gonna make a funny show.
Yeah,
that's all that matters.
You saw how Roseanne launched under the guise of it being super conservative, right?
Right, and Tim Allen too. Tim Allen did. But if it's like guys walking down the street and say, whoa, check out the ass on that chick. Like just reality. If you and your buddies are walking down the street.
Honestly, I don't think it would work on network even like you're saying, to try to get the real audience, the people who are real out there aren't. I just don't think. I think nobody has a shared common experience anymore in terms of TV. Like people are all over the place. Easiest just referenced F is for Family, which is on Netflix. People are over at Hulu watching the Fyre Festival thing. Sure. People are doing whatever, and I don't think, honestly, I don't know that a network sitcom like you're describing, unless it's just fucking dynamite, like The Office, coming off what The English Office did. It's a can't miss. I don't know that you'll ever see.
But The Office is a good example. By the way, we're going to talk to David Koechner tomorrow, who played Todd Packer on The Office.
I wonder how he feels about that, whether that could be made now.
Oh, we'll ask him that, because I say absolutely not. And I watched a bunch of clips from The Office.
Whether it would be green lit now,
It might be green lit, but it would be watered down. Like he walks in like, "What's up, queer?"
Yeah,
everyone's a queer and a homo
Todd
and
Packer,
gay.
Best.
It's a great fucking character, and so we can ask him.
It would obviously be green lit because UK did so well, but it would be a different show. There's no question about it.
There's no way you could have a character on NBC walking in the room going, "What's up, queer Jim? Is that homo Jim? Hey, what up, gay Jim?" Everything comes out of his mouth is about being gay, queer.
Yeah.
Being well hung, he's got his Corvette with the WL hung license plate. I mean, he's a fucking sexist pig. So he's in the office, So Bill's got this chick on the guy, and he's just pounding her, and he's doing the thrusting, and the whole office is looking at him. He's like, yeah, well, blondes. I mean, and then they show blonde Pam, and they show blonde this girl, and they're like, what? He's like,
dude,
well, she is a woman. What are you gonna do? I mean, it's playing those stereotypes. I don't think you could do it today.
I love it when.
Well, that answers your question. You just said, could we do a sitcom?
I know, but if you just said fuck it, we're not going to listen to Twitter.
But how do you just say fuck it and get there? Because there's people on your staff, there's actors. People within that group in the office right now, I think would object today with that line.
Maybe.
What up, queers? I think they'd come forward and be like, we're just not comfortable with this.
But you could find actors that would be, who haven't had a break yet, unknowns. I'm just saying, it's
quite a hypothetical.
It's a very big hypothetical. I'm just saying there's an audience there. I'm not saying you could get it done. I'm saying people would tune into that because it's not represented on TV. It's different at this point.
I think that what I said was right about F is for Family, though. They do that. If they want to do it, they do it on Netflix where they already go in. They sell them, this is the idea. They buy the network. Like we had Mike Reese on this show say the reason network television sucks and the reason Netflix doesn't suck is because of what did you say? Executives giving notes. They don't do that on those formats. They buy it.
No, I know, but F is for Family is it's on Netflix. You're paying for that, so it doesn't have ads, so you don't have to kiss ass to the advertisers. And secondly, it's a mock show playing up the over-the-top stereotypes of the 70s.
So I know, but
that's what they're doing, is making fun of.
But I don't think a creative person would even want to go to network television if he thought that's what he wanted to do. He would.
I understand that. This is such a hypothetical. I'm just saying, my whole point is, if you think that the whole country is like, yeah, no, I don't want to hear jokes where people call someone a homo or gay, that's offensive. No, it's not. Most of us are not offended by that shit, and there would be an audience. That's my whole point. Yeah, but you're right. You go to Netflix, but
you could have made that point in a much slimmer,
maybe
way.
Maybe it was half baked.
It's a good point.
It was half baked. I'll give you that. Oh man, it's time to bum E out. Time to bum E out. Got a disabled man and his able-bodied girlfriend, and I guess they did a documentary, some sort of piece on this guy, and she happened to see it and then emailed him, and then they start talking. They realize they got a lot in common. The sense of humors are aligned, and
I'm gonna come off like a monster when I but I don't care.
Shane Burkaw, he's from Pennsylvania. He's 26 years old. He was born with spinal muscular atrophy. He met his girlfriend Hannah Aylward, and she reached out to him via email, and they start emailing and then texting and then FaceTiming, and then she starts flying out. She's like 1,000 miles away, and they are
long distance.
So what do you think? You haven't seen these images or anything yet, Jay? He's chaired up good.
Is he pelaged? What happened?
He's atrophied, so he's got a whole
he's got the whole thing going on.
He's got the whole
thing.
We're
talking tube to run this thing?
No, we're not talking
model?
tube to run it, but we're talking
is this
very
a Hawk-like model.
No, we're talking very, very thin legs and bigger head maybe, and quite nicely chaired up.
Okay.
And so, what do you think she is going to look like?
Take out the fact that we've said. I mean, I think you got to think about what you would think.
I mean, obviously, we're going to be stunned at how hot this chick is. Is that the okay?
Well, you don't think anyone's hot, but this kid has fucking crushed it, in my opinion. Okay. Oh, dude. Yeah, let's.
I hate even pulling them over.
I was just like, oh, poor E.
It bums me out so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's not the couple that you would think would be attracted to each other. Yeah. But
can't even get a fucking date, and this guy's got a fucking hot girlfriend.
I mean, she is considered a hot. Those look like nice titties, don't they?
God bless her for going beneath the surface.
Right. Good for her, I guess.
Oh, you're saying
for getting to know this guy and falling in love with the true him.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's happened here, Mike.
Is it possible there's anything else at play?
Is he got money somehow?
Is he rich?
Well, there could be a life policy that pays out if something happens, and I don't know what his expectancy is.
Look at him in his he's tucked away.
And he's in a beanbag.
He's in his chair out in the wild. He's in the winter wonderland here with a big sleeping bag around him or something.
Dude, you know what this really goes to? Again, when he's talked about being like just not stupid enough to be in the dumb class, but not smart enough to be normal. That's where this falls in line. I'm in this middle ground where I'm not quite enough of a case where people would be like, oh my God.
Where you come off as like a douche when you're hoping you would come off as kind of, poor guy. He's a little bit retarded.
Just enough normal that I can't blame. No, but I can't blame.
Here's the thing. This guy probably has a great intellect, great personality. He's
very good
cursed by having the body that he has. And so they get to know each other online and over the
intellectual
phone.
level.
And boom, you're there. I think this is not a comparable situation.
I would disagree, but
well, do you think? Because people are like, "This is amazing! What a beautiful story!" They did some TV.
I think there's got.
Hold on, E. I'm in the middle of a fucking sentence.
Sorry, my bad.
He's off-putting.
He's
very off-putting.
Yeah. They did some TV interview, and that's why people are like, "Oh my God, beautiful couple! I love this. What a great story! Oh my God, no. People connect like this on this level." And my question is partly, if this was Big E and you had a girl properly chaired up and he was like, yeah, met her a couple of years ago, we fell in love, do you think people would have that reaction, or would they think like, dude,
you're doing something here?
What are you up to?
Properly chaired. She's chaired up proper. She done chaired up proper. Yeah, you'd be suspicious of Big E for sure, because you know how he thinks.
Of this.
I'm not
totally less suspicious of this.
Yeah.
I think there's got to be something, man.
No, because you know that women can connect like that with guys.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it's really, 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 really rare for a dude to look. No, because you'd get to presumably you're winking at him
at E.
But presumably you'd get to know E is what I mean. This is not a comparable situation. So this guy has a great personality. He's smart as fuck. He's funny.
You don't know that. You're looking at pictures. You don't know that.
I'm assuming that's what happened. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I think E cuts himself off at the knees because he won't play any of the games.
That's for sure.
The calling, the paying for dinner right out of the gate.
That's not true.
I know, but you've done that. I'm not saying you would do it now. We've kind of beat it into you, but you don't even do the basics. Like you won't buy a girl a drink at a bar or shit like that.
Whoa. That's not. Well,
this is all a different issue, though.
No, I know, but I'm saying maybe E could connect with someone. I was taking a shot at myself for going, yeah, but women won't connect with E, and it's like, well, that's kind of his fault because socially he won't give them a chance to connect. Almost, you know what I mean? In a way.
Yeah.
So they say, I think it's pretty widespread misconceptions about disability in society. That's what Shane said. People with disabilities are often seen as less than. So the idea that someone like me will be given, I don't think you're given, this intelligent, beautiful woman is mind-blowing to some people, and it shouldn't be. Well, it's just rare as fuck is what it is. So Shane's been in a wheelchair since he was 2. We lived 1,000 miles apart, so we would email, text, and FaceTime, and then she began to visit. They also discussed some of the hurtful actions they've encountered since being a couple. Most people think this is mom or a caregiver.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nurse. A couple weeks ago, we were at a restaurant, and I'd gone to the bathroom, and so she goes to the bathroom. I don't know if she's taking a dump or I don't know if it was 1 or 2, maybe 3, both. But Shane's at the table by himself. You know, and I don't know if he sits on the end, like if you're in the booth or how they do that.
I think you pull right up. Yeah.
That's what I would do.
Just pull right up.
Yeah. And so the waitress came over and Shane said, Can we get the check? And when I came back, she came back to the table and said, he asked for the check. Is that okay? How patronizing.
The little guy in the chair, he asked for the check.
People pat his head all the time,
oh,
strangers.
No.
Yeah. The couple also discussed another occasion when a stranger randomly approached them and prayed over Shane. Said, this woman came over, laid her hands on me and said, Lord, give this man a happy life.
Oh,
and he was like, I have a happy life. What are you talking about, weirdo?
You seen my hot girlfriend?
People also think it's acceptable to pat him on the head and often assume he's a child despite being 26. There was a man in a park when he was on he's on a romantic picnic with his girl. You know, he's got the bubbly and the whole picnic and the blanket. And this dad is there, and he's got these little kids, and they're playing with bubbles.
So he's got a blanket. He just rolls up on the corner of the blanket?
I guess. I don't know.
2 birds, 1 stone, man. That blanket's not blowing away.
No, that's a great point. The guy ran over to me really excited and asked, you want to play with the bubbles? Dude, I'm trying to plow my girl here at the fucking
26 years old. I'm trying to pull puss, dude.
Both admit, and this is an interesting quote. I'm just going to give you a heads up. There's an interesting quote coming from Shane here that I think everyone in the room will find fascinating and fun. They both admit they're hesitant to answer what they describe as creepy questions about the more intimate aspects of their relationship. They have spoken previously about their desire to have children together, with Shane explaining, perfectly capable of having sex. And here's the quote, and this isn't
normal sex.
Everything I'm about to say was said by Shane.
Okay.
I get boners, and my boners shoot sperm, so having kids is a real option.
Well put, sir. That settles that.
I get boners, and my boners shoot sperm. Fucking genius.
Oh, Shane.
Shane. Look at him, man. See the hands doing that thing?
Yeah. No, he's got to be just delighted.
Yeah. Are there more pictures? Good for her. What's he doing there? What are we doing?
Is that his boner?
Maybe. Is he seatbelt?
What the hell is that?
Does he have a seatbelt on his chair?
He better.
Yeah. I get boners, and my boners shoot sperm.
Is that a boner or a sweet potato?
It might be a boner. It might be a sweet potato. I'm not sure. Wow. Look at that. Dude, she's gorgeous.
Yeah.
Isn't she? I mean, would you say hot? Can we put her in the hot category? God damn it. I knew you were going to. Look at that.
Pretty young lady.
Look at that happy little guy.
Yeah,
I'd like this up, Shane.
You know, I'd like to pry into her past a little bit and see what's. Just curious.
I am not going to sit here and just say that this is out of the kindness of her heart. I don't know what the deal is, but I don't believe it. So,
do you think the first time they were intimate, do you think it was like, I got to warn you, You're going to want to back off. You heed my warning. And he just blasted a hole through the fucking ceiling.
Yeah.
The first time. It's like, I don't want to take the top of your head off, so stand back.
Because it doesn't look like he can get his hands down there. So he's just had emissions up until then, right? Just unforced emissions, just kind of.
Usually of a nocturnal sort.
He's got maybe he can sort of windshield wiper the lower extremities a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. If you were chaired up like that and you had the stick, the remote.
Chaired up proper?
Yeah, chaired up proper like that. Would you try would you do the thing where it's
he
like
is chaired up proper?
He is.
Yes.
If you would like get your pants down and that boner, I get boners and they shoot sperm. Get the boner and then would you just like
what do you back and
so
forth?
You've got her just spread
at
the edge of the bed and he just fucking lines it up with his joystick and then pushes forward, pulls out.
Yeah, it's
back up.
Non-traditional.
Yeah. I mean, otherwise, what are you doing? She picks him up, puts him on the bed, and
spins him around. I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting, man. Interesting.
You know what else is interesting, Mike?
What's that?
Hamlin Pubs recently rolled out new menu. Try their new culinary creations, which include Southwest Cobb salad, candied Brussels sprouts, Korean steak tacos, chicken share, or the big brisket sandwich. Or you can start your day with an award-winning backyard Mary Bloody Mary. Of course, you can get these at all 5 Hamlin Pubs locations: Clarkston, Chesterfield, Rochester, and the 2 locations in Shelby Township.
Remember we were wondering yesterday, Jay, if that the girl, what was she, 26 or 29, been in a vegetative state at that Hacienda Healthcare Center in Arizona.
Impregnated.
Yes, and gave birth in December, gave birth to a boy, and the family's raising it. And all of a sudden there was Indian pictures in there. We're like,
Apache stuff.
What is going on here? She is an American Indian, the girl that was paralyzed. And so a former worker from there is saying that there were incentives. There was a culture of don't ask, don't tell in that place. How chilling is that to hear?
Wow.
Where I guess remember that guy that freaked us out yesterday with his hair color?
And Tom Gibbons or something like that?
Bill Gibbons.
Bill Gibbons.
Gibbons, yeah.
Hey, Billy Gibbons?
It was Bill
ZZ
Timmons.
Top?
That was not Billy Gibbons. Can you imagine Billy Gibbons is now running the Hacienda Health? She's
looks much different.
They don't move at all.
He shortened that beard quite a bit.
Yeah, he sure did.
God, that's what those eyes look like when you take off the glasses.
That's why he did the beard down to the base of his dick.
Yeah.
Take away from the creepiness of the eyes. So anyway, Marla Kichi said staff there were given financial incentives to encourage them not to officially report problems. So if you got a guy that's laying in a bed and he's got bed sores and shit, it's like, let's keep that on the down low.
Yeah.
And
give you a little bump in your next paycheck if we don't officially report that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So when she began working there, she was a supervisor. Slips, falls, bed stores on patients were all underreported. If you went so many days without an incident, you would get a bonus. I don't know how much other people were offered. I received a lot of bonuses, a lot. She also claimed that Bill Timmons would get the final sign-off on every final report recommendation, and the staff were terrified of him. I would be too. I don't blame him.
I am.
I am now, and I've only seen an image. It's a still. You knew that you filled out.
It's chilling. He's just fine.
Here's a little larger photo of the whole getup, by the way.
Oh God. Look at this
Jesus
guy.
Lord. Yeah, he's scary as fuck.
Man.
Everything about that image just says, I don't know what it says. Murderer. Fucks all. I want his DNA collected first.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes, dude. What if it turns out to be him?
Bill Timmons.
Straight from the top.
Wow. Had to pull out, Bill. Not barely pull out.
One job, Timmons. One job.
So you would fill out an incident report. 4 or 5 other people would read it first. So by the time it got to old Mr. Timmons, it didn't even resemble what you put in your official report. So it was like the telephone game almost.
Yeah.
So the likelihood of information being reported correct was very, very low. And then Timmons would go, all right, very good. Sign off. Here's $500. There you go.
Likes that blue shirt. Looks
sure does.
Because this looks like a different, like maybe more a professional headshot or something.
God, Jesus. Those eyes are way too close together. They're way too big. Everything's off on this guy.
They must have told him, like a career counselor in high school was like, you know what? You're going to have to work with severely disabled people, preferably in a vegetative state. You're just too off-putting, Mr. Bill. That's how he got into that
Where
line
you
of
get
work.
the aptitude test, yeah.
I want to be a police officer. No.
You can't work with the public.
You can't be interacting with the general public, sir. No. We're thinking vegetatives. How do you feel about vegetables? Do really well there. Yeah, nice turtleneck. What year does he think this is?
He got caught somewhere.
Very Ron Burgundy-esque.
He got what?
He got caught somewhere, like in a year at a time. He's not today.
Yeah, he needs a jazz flute.
Yeah. He got trapped in 93. He's just stuck there. So yeah, the woman's family, they're members of the San Carlos Apache tribe. They're gonna be caring for the infant little baby. Yeah. Speaking of creepy, did you see the Jets' new head coach?
Those eyes, man.
Yeah. Intense dude. Adam Gase. I guess he was the Dolphins coach before that.
Yeah, I didn't realize he had such crazy eyes. I'd seen stills of the guy, but boy.
Nobody has any clue what he said in his press conference. Everyone was fixated on his fucking eyes. One of those. And people are like, yeah, this is kind of how he is. Really intense, but he became an instant meme. He doesn't use the internet. He doesn't do social media. So he has no idea this is going on at all. He doesn't know what it is.
Look at those eyes.
Yeah. I thought the taco meme was funny. Did you see that one?
No.
Do you have that video? Because this is when he first walked out and his eyes were doing this weird thing, and so people had a floating taco like he's following it with his eyes.
Nice. Look at his eyes, man.
This is at the end of this video, though. I can start this over.
That's so weird.
Go ahead. He started over. Yeah.
Sorry.
I don't know if he first walked out. Yeah, start at the very beginning, dude. Because he I think it's like right when he walks in, it's just like boom. Whoa. Look at that floating talk show.
I'm not sure if you can hire a guy like that.
I know, right?
It's sort of a morning wag like off-put where you meet the coach and you're like, no, wait, what?
Yeah.
What did morning wag just? The bar is high. He actually talks like that.
Yeah.
He's that big a goof. And you do the same thing with this guy. You go, wait, his eyes are actually like that? In New York?
As an organization, wouldn't you go, you know what? Are Super Bowls really that important? Honestly. Show of hands, how important are playoff wins?
Hold on, but this guy comes from a not-so-good Dolphins team, right?
Yeah.
Isn't he fired as head coach and now he's the offensive coordinator? Or he's introduced as the head coach?
Yes.
Well, I didn't know he was the head coach.
He was he was fired by the Dolphins after 3 years, going 23-26, including a playoff loss in his first season. I mean, to your point, Jay, you've said it many, many times. Like, these guys are just retreads. It doesn't matter what your record is. Someone in the league will hire you.
Yeah, clearly.
Maybe you go down a notch and, I got to go back to being an offensive coordinator for only a few million a year.
Yeah.
And then work your way back up. But 23-26, like, well, got to get that guy.
Seriously.
Got to get that guy. Yeah. So, did you see this Dalmatian?
Oh, yeah. He put it in reverse.
Yeah. It's not my fault, dick licker.
Dude.
So you got a professional fisher. That'd be kind of a cool gig, wouldn't it?
Oh.
Yeah. Anything professional that you're doing, like leisure activities?
Yeah. Eric Jackson is his name, and he's got this $180,000 RV. And Jay, I know how much RVs mean to you. So he's got this thing to get his boat in the water, and then he goes out and he fishes. And
I can appreciate this unit. I mean, it's a beautiful recreational vehicle.
Yeah. So he's got Bodi. Not a bad name for your Dalmatian dog.
Bodi.
What up, Bode? And so Bodi's in the camper, like, yeah, we're going fishing. We're going fishing. He's getting all excited. Yeah. And this guy's like got the boat in the water.
Yeah, puts it down the ramp.
Yeah, and then Bodi stepped on. I guess it's got an electronic pad in the middle that you can throw it in gear or whatever. Bodi got a little too excited and stepped on the reverse and just backed this thing under the water.
Bag up.
I look back, I saw the RV was flying into the water and about to run me over. I jumped off the trailer, sprinted as fast as I could through the water, opened the door, jumped in, and put my foot on the brake. By that point, the back wheels of the RV were already floating, and the interior was filled with water.
Oh, Bodi.
Bodi was like, oh, shit. Oh, man, this ain't good. Found a hiding spot under the passenger chair. He's all tucked in. He's like, oh, man.
Am I wrong on this? I've heard Dalmatians are the dumbest breed of dogs.
Oh.
Have you heard that too?
No, I don't know if I've heard that.
Border Collie smartest, Dalmatian dumbest.
Really?
But I don't know a ton about dogs, admittedly.
Yeah. I haven't heard that. I've heard like the canine ones are really smart, Shepards and Collies. I do know that. But they say that they're basically all as dumb as a pigeon. I kept saying that to Poos. I was like, they say you're dumb as a pigeon brain. It's like, that's why you eat poop on the lawn, because you're dumb as a pigeon. So he didn't know what he did, but he knew it was whatever he did wasn't good, and that's his go-to. He's like, oh no. So this guy's like, yeah, if you walk in the door and Bodi's like, oh shit, sitting there like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Nothing to see here. It's like you just know something's fucked up somewhere. Bodi knows he did it. He's not proud of it, and he just wants to be left alone. So only 10 minutes passed, and they had this thing out of the water. He said, but the damage was done. Transmission is full of water. Electronic system absolutely fried. It doesn't run. It's not going anywhere. There wasn't time for him to stress because this was like a competition going on here with a lot on the line. It's the Fishing League Worldwide Tour. So,
well, it looks like his entire recreational vehicle is sponsored. This guy must be big shit in the game.
Yeah.
So I reckon he'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Reckon he also had insurance
for the entry fee.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, yep. So he's like, there's nothing I could do. The boat was already out of the water, so I jumped on my boat and fished for the rest of the day. Tomorrow we'll find out whether we need to get it fixed or totaled. My guess it's going to be totaled. And he said, if this RV doesn't survive, he said, there's no question he'll replace it. I mean, this is what you need to hear stuff like this, Jay. We've got a nice log house in Tennessee with 20 acres and an RV. And if someone made me choose between the two, I'd go with the RV every time.
Yes.
It's a house on wheels. Wherever you are, you're home. So another RV is in our immediate future.
You know, if he wants to replace this here one, I might want to have a conversation with him.
Yeah, we could
take
give
it
him a
off
buzz.
his hands.
Let's see the video. Do you have the video there, E?
Bag up, bag up.
Bodi. Yeah. Hold on, I got this.
Oh, what is this?
Oh, man.
Yeah, I'm just gonna
see. Bodi's like, what are you doing, Dad?
Boat off the trailer here like I've done 100 times. Here goes
lights.
Bodi.
Just do the red lights go on.
Oh, no, Bodi.
Bodi. No, look at him sitting there in the front seat. Hold on.
Son of a bitch.
Look at that poops.
Oh, Bodi.
This is Bodi's move. Bodi likes to look out the window and watch. I'm looking, Dad. I got your 6.
Oh, shit.
Bodi's like, what are you hollering about?
Oh, this owner's just...
Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, no. No.
Yeah,
I didn't do nothing.
That thing's got to be totaled.
I thought you were going fishing, Dad. What are you doing back in here?
That is.
In the RV.
Ah,
there.
Poops.
Been doing the RV thing since 1997.
Yeah, how long you been doing the douche glasses, my man? Look at those things.
Yeah. Trying way too hard. Yeah, Bodi's like, what's the problem? I always look out the window.
I need to get that strap onto the front of the RV somehow and pull me out.
I showed him in here.
Who knows what's
Yeah,
going
there's
on
a still,
back
I think, a picture of Bodi.
Hey, you want me to do that? Oh, yeah. You want to cut? If you want to come in, quick.
Well, if you guys need a hand, just let me know. Bodi. Yeah, look at Bodi. I didn't do nothing.
The parking brake failed. Just keep your foot on this brake.
Yeah, that's underwater.
Oh, man, I didn't do it.
Thanks.
Yeah, you got to see Bodi, like, curled up, like, oh, man. I know you guys are going to blame me.
I think that's what I saw was just from that front seat, at least in this video.
Oh, yeah, he's got to have insurance. The thing's sponsored.
How much you say that thing cost?
180 grand.
Yeah. Oof.
Yep.
She's a beaut.
Not bad, right? Yeah, look at the poops. Yeah, we're on good terms again. Yeah. He likes to watch out the window.
Hey, Jesus, you ready to sing?
Douglas!
And then we're gonna find our best friend Doug, and then we're gonna give him a best friend hug.
Take it away, Jesus.
Doug.
Hey, now's the time. Contact Realtor Doug Steinert. Call him at 248-765-1781. He and the team at Century 21 Campbell will work to get you the absolute best deal on the sale and or purchase of your home. Doug's the man. He's easy to work with and a great friend of the show. Call Douglas today, 248-765-1781. And hey, seems like winter is holding off here. What a great time to go look at houses, right?
Sure.
Jump in a car with Douglas and go look at some houses.
Don't take Bodi.
Don't take Bodi. Back up.
What do we got for email? Anything really quick?
We do have some email. If you want to email in, write to the show, send us your thoughts to email@detroitcast.com. Let's see here. So Brett writes in concerning Beto's grievance from yesterday, the beer grievance.
Oh, yeah.
That is not a bona fide grievance, says Brett. I don't want a beer that's been sitting in an open cup getting warm for 20 minutes. It's a good point. I want a freshly open poured beer, especially when I'm paying $22. Another good point.
Yeah.
Also, some psycho could walk by and try throwing roofies in all the beers sitting behind the counter like
Great
a carnival
point.
game. Just a few thoughts on it. That's another great point.
That is that'd be fucking.
It would happen.
Could you imagine some guy just walks by?
Random
bloop,
roofies.
Bloop, bloop, bloop.
May not roofies, but something.
Yeah, here's the grievance was, why do I stand in line at like a DTE type establishment, type venue, and wait while they pop and pour every single beer? Why can't they have some lined up and ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
And Brett's exactly right, in that they would plan ahead. These old ladies, most of them are from some church or something, trying to, get some money for a charity. They would be like, all right, let's pour out 100 of these and have them ready for the consumers. And so he's exactly right. They would be sitting out too long.
Yeah.
Now, if they did them just like 8 in advance, good move.
Well, what's the Royal Oak Arts
Beats and Eats?
Arts Beats and Eats. Beth and I were there over the summer and went to a couple of those concerts. And they've got the trucks lined up with 20 different kegs of beer, and it's got local stuff. And you know how those are. They were doing that. They were pouring in the plastic cups, and they just had them lined up. Like, here's 8 in front of this tap.
If you know they're going to move within moments,
right,
I think that's fine. But I think Brett is probably right that these old ladies are going to go overboard. Yeah, they're going to put 200 of them back there.
Sure.
And then you're going to get an old flat beer. So I don't know. And plus, Beto's grievance was extraordinarily long. I don't think we hacked him down for that. Yeah. So we gave him a bona fide minus. I'm going to go
pussy,
minus.
Didn't we go bona fide minus pussy?
I'm willing to add a pussy on
Okay, good.
For good measure.
Very good.
Hey, we'll save the rest for tomorrow.
Okay, yeah. Just looking forward to David Koechner tomorrow. You may know him as
Todd Packer.
Todd Packer from The Office. Champ Kind from Anchorman.
Yeah, hell yeah.
With the cowboy hat. Great. He was in Extract, one of my favorite movies too.
He's in F is for Family.
F is for Family. Yeah, lots of stuff. So we'll look forward to him tomorrow, and have a great rest of the day, everybody. We'll do it again tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.